British boxing.
Great, it's doing great.
All the British boxers, which is the one you rate the most?
Oh, I don't know. I can't rate just one, man. I mean, obviously Joshua's the big fan favorite, but there's James DeGale, there's George Groves. I love that. I love that super middleweight rivalry. I love the guys coming up, like George Joyce that we saw today. I don't know. Top to bottom, British boxing is doing well.
Usually, years we was in the American shadow. Do you think we've caught up with you now in our standard and level of?
Yeah, I think so. I think British boxing is sound and well. I think it's always been pretty sound and well. It's just American boxing gets a lot of credit because American promoters sign fighters from all over the world. And nobody else does that, you know. So everybody's always looking to go to America. The reason they want to go to America so badly is because, you know, they're more welcoming to foreign fighters. I think every other country in the world is more pro their own kind, pro British, or in Germany pro German or whatever. You know, the U.S. is the only country that doesn't do that. The U.S. is the only country that a Golovkin can go there and become a star. Sergey Kovalev can go there and become a star. Amir Khan can go there and not fight in the UK for like 4 years, you know, and become a star. You know, so you don't have that. You've never had that anywhere else. So no matter what the scene is here, until that changes anywhere else in the world. I mean, I think America is still the go-to place, but do the British fans have the best fans? The Brits have the best fans? Absolutely. Do the Brits put on the best stages as far as fights are concerned? Absolutely. But I think unless there's a fighter to fight from the UK, no foreign fighters are going to come to the UK just to fight from the UK. You know, while in America, you had Badu Jack versus James DeGale, a Swede versus a Brit fighting in the US. Yeah. You'll never have that in the UK, or at least it doesn't seem like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a place like that, that's why it becomes the capital of boxing, because everybody just goes there and fights. You know, a country that is more pro their own kind is still fun to be at. I mean, I love being here in the UK and watching their fights, but the big stage is only set when there's two Brits fighting, or when there's one Brit at least fighting. You know, the big stage is not set when there's no Brits involved in the fight. You know, once you can pull off main events with no Brits involved in them in the UK, then you're then you're really threatening the US capital of boxing. You know, because then you're talking about you have fights here that, you know, don't involve somebody local, and people are still turning up. And I'll tell you, I think they would still turn up. I really think they would. It's just a matter of the promoters bringing them here.
Taking a chance.
Yeah.
Okay. Your thoughts on Mr. Canelo and this so-called beef situation?
Listen, it is what it is. I think that this really proves that if you don't dope in boxing in 2018, you're an idiot. I really do. Unfortunately, these are the guys that are at the top. This is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to get away with. And once the star is created, nobody wants to catch them because then they cost everybody money. So let's let everything slide. Let's let
Do you think doping is part of that elite level of boxing?
I think it's
in America or across the world?
I think it's the majority, not the minority. I think it's across the world. And of course, in America, everybody goes there anyway. But so I think you have to. I mean, because Canelo's not American; he's Mexican, you know. Yeah. But I think if you don't dope in 2018, you're not gonna be the top fighters. I just think that's the way it is, and unfortunately, they're not doing anything to change that. So it's not. You got to take it upon yourself if you're a fighter, because they're not gonna make a sport more safe for you or to make it better for you. So you got to do what you got to do to try to win.
Another question. I personally think what's his name? AB is the most underperforming boxer with the talent that he's got. He seems to not concentrate on what he's supposed to do, which is boxing, and give his concentration 110%. What are your thoughts on AB?
I think AB got too big as far as his weight is concerned. I thought AB from 130 pounds to 140 pounds is a very, very good fighter. He let himself get too big. Now he can't get under 140. I think most he should fight is 140. 147 guys are just too big for him. But at 140, he's already competing at the high level, but he's beatable at the high level. It's right there. 135 or 130, I think AB was a monster, and that was probably where he should have stayed. But in this day and age where nobody appreciates a fighter unless they move up in weight, again, a clue of doping, because fighters that don't dope have a hard time going up in weight. In the old days, you know, you never saw guys like Salvador Sanchez or Julio Chavez even going up 10 weight classes. Chavez went up some various weight classes, but it didn't go up like that, you know. I think in this age state, Marlon Hagler was middleweight for 8 years, you know. I think in this day and age where fighters are not considered good unless they're moving up in weight. First of all, you're almost forcing them to dope because and then second of all, the guys that don't dope, they're gonna be limited. AB, he's a talented fighter, but he's good in his own weight class. Like now you've moved him up so much that he's got trouble beating those super lightweights and the welterweights, but it doesn't mean he's not a good fighter. I think AB in his own weight, kept AB at 130, 135 pounds, you'd be talking about a very, very elite fighter right now. But he's still a very elite fighter. Don't get me wrong, but it's just a more elite talent than it is the results.
I feel he always seems to lets himself down. He underperforms when he's got to start the stage to say establish himself. I wouldn't mind if he didn't have the skills or the attributes to do it. If he was limited,
he doesn't have the size though.
Yeah, but he has the skill, and it's just like it's something in his head. Of course, kind of lets him down.
Of course, it's not a game of football though. It doesn't matter if you have the skills. If you're undersized, it's going to be a problem. So it's what it is.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Saturday.
I think both guys can do it. It's just a matter of who executes the plan better. I think David early on is very dangerous. We'll see if he can remain dangerous as the fight goes on. I think that's the key.
Paulie, lovely seeing you. God bless you, brother.